15 biggest controversies of Princess Catherine Middleton's royal wedding. Princess Catherine Middleton tied the knot with her longtime boyfriend, Prince William, in 2011. It was a grand occasion attended by nearly 1,900 guests at Westminster Abbey and watched by hundreds of thousands on the street with billions glued to their television screens. But as you've come to know by now, controversies and royal occasions go hand in hand, whether warranted or not. So, in today's video, we'll look at the 15 biggest controversies of Princess Catherine Middleton's royal wedding. Number 1. The cost. The royal wedding was estimated to have cost around £30 million, which was seen by some as excessive at a time when the country was going through economic hardship. Indeed, after the global economy crashed in 2008, most major economies, including Great Britain, were still recovering from the financial losses that led to thousands of people losing their jobs and the economy coming to a standstill. However, the real reason behind the extravagant spending was due to the security costs involved in the wedding, which overshadowed every other expense. The wedding cost $1 million, while the security for the wedding cost over $30 million. Since Westminster Abbey is just across the street from the Palace of Westminster, where the Houses of Parliament sit, thus security was of utmost importance. Number 2. The guest list. Initially planned to have a 2,000-people guest list, the final list saw 1,900 people, with 100 being cut. But it was who didn't make it that created a lot of fussing and backlash from the media. The last two prime ministers before their wedding, Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, were both snubbed from Catherine and William's wedding guest list. The spokesperson from the royal family explained that neither Blair nor Brown were members of the Order of the Garter, a royal honor dating back to the 14th century. However, this claim meant little since Prince Charles's wedding in 1981 was attended by 5 former prime ministers, 2 of which didn't have the Order of the Garter at the time. Number 3. The dress. People who saw Catherine Middleton walk down the aisle in her beautiful wedding dress couldn't keep their eyes off her, or the dress for that matter. It was a mix of white and ivory coupled with subtleties that paid homage to the royal traditions, with an exuberance and a sense of modernity at the same time. While Kate's wedding dress was widely praised for its elegance and simplicity, some critics felt it was too plain and lacked the wow factor of other royal wedding dresses. Number 4. The designer. There was some controversy over the choice of designer for the princess's wedding dress, with some feeling that it should have been a British designer rather than Sarah Burton of Alexander McQueen, who is based in London, but the brand is French-owned. However, years later, it was revealed that Kate had admired Sarah Burton's work when she first spotted Sarah Baez, a fashion journalist, wearing one of Burton's works at Baez's wedding reception to the son of the Duchess of Cornwall in 2005. Besides, Catherine reportedly also felt that Burton's lack of visibility would help keep the details of her wedding dress a secret and away from the media frenzy. Number 5. The security. There was a lot of criticism surrounding the level of security around the big event being incredibly high, with thousands of police officers deployed to ensure the safety of the guests and the public, with some feeling that the security measures were excessive and intrusive. But let's look at this incident in isolation. As we alluded to earlier, Westminster Abbey is across the street from the Palace of Westminster, where the Houses of Parliament sit. Thus, on any given day, the level of security and policing would be high. But being a royal event with so many VVIPs and bureaucrats close to the general public, the level of security and policing had to be stepped up to avoid anything unforeseen. Number 6. The route of the procession. When Catherine and Prince William set off from Westminster Abbey to Buckingham Palace, hundreds of thousands took to the street to catch a glimpse of the royal couple, while thousands more gathered around the palace gates to watch the couple's kiss on the balcony. As reported by many media outlets, Scotland Yard estimated over 1 million people had turned up for the event, which was also London's largest ever. However, the route that the procession took from Westminster Abbey to Buckingham Palace created controversy because it caused a lot of disruption to local businesses and residents, with tents and littering affecting nearby areas. Number 7. The number of guests. Some felt that the number of guests at the wedding was too high, with over 1,900 people attending the ceremony. But the truth behind the high number has a story of its own. Initially, to their horror, both Catherine and Prince William were handed an official list that contained 777 names, not one either of them knew. As per reports, a confused William went to his grandmother, the late Queen, who advised him to tear it up and start afresh, starting with their friends and families. As a result, with all the close connections to the couple and the royal family, the total number of invitees on the guest list soared to 1,900. Number 8. The kiss on the balcony. 29 April 2011 saw the newlywed royals Prince William and Princess Catherine kiss twice on the balcony of Buckingham Palace in front of thousands of cheering crowds. Initially, Catherine and William first exchanged a short peck, which is understandable given the couple has always been known for being private. But after sharing their first kiss as husband and wife, Prince William again leaned in to kiss her when the crowd started screaming, "Kiss her again!" Reportedly, the second kiss was met with a roar of cheers from the public as they rejoiced at the addition of a new member to the royal family. And while the kiss on the balcony was the highlight of the day for many, some felt it was too short and lacked the passion of other royal kisses. Number 9. The timing of the kiss. Well, you can never satisfy everybody, right? 1,900 guests, hundreds of thousands of people on the streets, and a couple of billion people watching across the globe rejoiced in celebration of the historical event, so everyone being satisfied was never going to happen. There was some controversy over the timing of the kiss, with some feeling that it was too early in the day and that the couple should have waited until later. However, one thing people don't seem to grasp is that it is their moment and we are only there to join in for the celebrations. Number 10. The hymns. There was a lot of debate surrounding the choice of hymns for the ceremony. While a few hymns resonated well with the occasion, some were quite strange to say the least. The first hymn, "Guide Me, O Thou Great Redeemer," was often sung at rugby matches. In contrast, thousands of royal supporters sang "Love Divine," "All Loves Exceeding," and "Jerusalem." Besides, there were controversies over the choice of hymns for the ceremony, with people feeling that some were too traditional and outdated. Number 11. The wedding cake. The prince and princess wedding cake was baked by experienced baker Fiona Cairns. For someone with 25 years of expertise in baking fruitcakes, it took her and her team 700 hours to make the 8-tier royal wedding cake. Although comparatively smaller than past royal cakes, Catherine reportedly broke tradition by making a specific request for a softer icing rather than the royal icing. But choosing a traditional fruitcake for the wedding cake created controversy, with some feeling that it was too old-fashioned. Number 12. The absence of Sarah Ferguson. The fact that Sarah Ferguson, Prince William's aunt, was not invited to the wedding caused controversy, as did the fact that her daughters were invited but not her. For those of you who don't know who Sarah Ferguson is, she is the Duchess of York and best friend of the late Princess Diana. So, while her ex-husband Prince Andrew and daughters Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie were invited to William and Catherine's royal wedding, the Duchess of York wasn't even considered. Sarah later told Town and Country in an interview, "I didn't think I was probably worthy to go to the wedding. I took myself to Thailand to be far away from it so that I could try and heal." Number 13. The absence of foreign royals. Some felt it was a snub that not many foreign royals were invited to the wedding, even though other royals had included them. But these claims were hardly backed by any proper research. A total of 44 royals from different countries of the world were invited to the royal wedding. Although some of them couldn't make it due to personal reasons, they still made sure someone else from their family did. On the contrary, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding in 2018 saw Prince Sizo of Lesotho invited as the only foreign royal. Number 14. The choice of the wedding date. In November 2010, Clarence House announced that the date for William and Catherine's royal wedding was set for 29 April 2011 at Westminster Abbey. But the fact that the wedding was held on a Friday portrayed as a controversial date, as it meant many people had to take time off work to watch it. However, Downing Street, for their part, announced that it'd be a bank holiday, with then Prime Minister David Cameron stating, "The wedding of Kate and William will be a happy and momentous occasion. We want to mark the day as one of national celebration. A public holiday will ensure the most people possible will have a chance to celebrate on the day." Number 15. The lack of diversity. Some people felt that there was a lack of diversity among the guests and the wedding party, which did not reflect the multicultural nature of modern Britain. But when looked at closely, it indeed was quite a diverse list. From important royal family members from across the world to Catherine's family and friends, the Glossy Posse as they are called, all 7 of William's exes, the Elton Pals, the St. Andrew's crew, Bougie's buddies, 44 foreign royals, and many more. That will be all for this video. Do you know any other controversies or criticisms of Prince William and Catherine Middleton's wedding? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we post new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.